What is going on? People of YouTube, it's your boy, Sean Ford, aka Big Kill Street, and we are back again with another one from my man, Coleon Noir. If you are a seasoned vet of this channel that's only been up for a month, ha ha ha, because I can't produce an actual laugh at the moment. You know I've reacted to a couple of videos from my mans. We're just a couple of black men who lean a little bit. I mean, he'll probably more adamantly tell you he's right leaning than I am. But, you know, like I've said in the past, I am a man who is all about logic. Things that make sense. And it doesn't make sense for these motherfucking, lack of a better term to use, liberals trying to take our guns away. Why? Why? I don't understand. I do understand, but that's a lot of explaining I don't feel like doing right now. There's not much to this whole thing. It's just about some shit Obama said. The liberals seem to love Obama. The leftists, the fascists want to take away our rights, and they want us to be like Australia. Now, no offense to Australia, but man, fuck Australia. Yeah, I said it. Not the people, the legislation. Because for that, for what they allowed to happen, to be allowed to happen, is absolutely ridiculous. And I wouldn't be surprised if you had a lot of Australians leave Australia at the time, because I know damn well I would. But y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. So let's just get right to the video.
Anti-gun politicians and anti-gun groups love to gaslight gun owners by saying they're not trying to take your guns, we just want reasonable gun laws, and that the idea of a slippery slope
what they're trying
is simply silly, and we're just fear-mongering. We're not fear-mongering. We just know the history of gun control in other countries and in this country, and can see that you all are trying to do the exact same thing here that they did over there. Don't believe me? Come along with me while I break this shit down. Recently, Obama did an interview with CBS Morning where he said this.
You know, in Australia, you had one mass shooting 50 years ago, and they said, oh, we're not doing that anymore. That is normally how you would expect a society to respond.
Anyone want to take a guess what they did in Australia with the guns?
Just 12 days later, the then Prime Minister John Howard pushed through a sweeping set of gun regulations, despite a lack of support from his rural constituency.
I'm sorry about that, but there is no other way. There is no other way.
Within a month, the government passed the National Firearms Agreement, transforming gun legislation in the country.
They took all Australia's guns.
To do in politics often involve taking away rights and privileges from
Epstein Island visiting.
The tough new laws banned the sale and importation of all automatic and semi-automatic rifles and shotguns, and perhaps most significantly, called for a massive mandatory gun buyback. Australia's government confiscated and destroyed nearly 700,000 firearms, reducing the number of gun-owning households by half.
Look at that mess.
People used to say to me, you violated my human rights by taking away my rights.
You damn well did, motherfucker.
I understand that, but will you please understand the argument? The greatest human right of all is to live a safe life.
New licensing requirements were adopted, and a national firearms registry was established.
Dangerous
the law says
people are.
Australians need a genuine reason for having a firearm, such as sport shooting or for agricultural use. It doesn't include self-defense. People must go through background checks and wait 28 days before they can buy a gun. The government also spent $375 million to buy back 640,000 civilian-owned guns.
They spent our money.
First, there was a mass shooting.
To buy back weapons.
Then they created a gun registry. Then they banned semi-autos, and then they confiscated them. That is what Obama is using as an example of what he thinks we should be doing here in the U.S. But then tells gun owners that the slippery slope thing is silly. Prime example. Take Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. In 2010, this is what he said to a group of people who were making the same arguments we are making right now with respect to these gun control measures being a slippery slope.
Fear in here is that the first step towards registering your guns is just the first step towards taking away guns from everyone. That's never going to happen because here in Canada we have a culture that has grown up with guns and that respects the need to go out into the wilderness and shoot things from time to time.
Now, fast forward to 2020, where he did this.
Effective immediately, it is no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country.
Then fast forward again to 2022, where he did this.
Damn
Today,
shame.
Our national freeze on handguns is coming into force. From today forward, it is no longer legal to buy, sell, or transfer a handgun in Canada.
Oh, it gets worse. Fast
This is
forward again
horrible.
to 2023,
I would leave
and he's
Canada
now trying
so
to ban
fast.
hunting rifles.
A 32% increase in violent crime, a 90% increase in gang crime. Murder rates now rising again this year, year after year. And what's his solution? To ban Grandpa Joe's hunting rifle. In fact, he wants to ban hundreds of thousands of hunting rifles and spend hundreds of millions of dollars doing it. Why won't he leave
For
hunters
what?
alone and go after the real criminals?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
This is crazy.
Mr. Speaker, we've been very clear that we are not targeting law-abiding hunters.
Liars.
Mr.
Liars.
Speaker, we will continue to take the necessary measures to keep Canadians safe while respecting the rights of law-abiding
Lies.
Canadians. That's what Canadians expect.
Why don't
That's
we
what
just
we've been doing.
rise up and burn all these
Leader
people?
of the
I don't
opposition.
understand.
Well, Mr. Speaker,
I didn't say that.
I get my information from the amendment that his government tabled in the committee. That's right. And I have it right here. A list of the firearms that he wants to ban includes the Webley and Scott wild fowl gun. Fowl is in wild turkeys and wild ducks. That's right in the list that his government put forward of guns he wants to ban. Mr. Speaker, why is he more concerned with protecting wild turkeys from hunters than he is concerned about protecting Canadians from criminals?
Exactly.
This is literally the same progression that anti-gun politicians and the anti-gun lobby are trying to do in America. It's so blatant now, it's laughable. But it's not really funny because there are so many people that believe these politicians when they say they're not trying to ban guns and that they just want common sense gun measures.
Stupid ass
I just
people.
walked you through real world examples of this lie in other countries. And the leaders in our country are literally saying we should use the same countries that ban guns as an example of what we should be doing here. The thing is, they think you're so stupid and so slow, they don't think you'll pick up on that. They think you'll just hear, oh, we should take into account what Australia did with their guns and they don't have mass shootings anymore, and therefore we should take that as an example and use it here in America. They don't expect you to actually know what happened in places like Australia. They don't expect you to pay attention to what they're doing in Canada right now. Hell, even our current president sat down with the former New Zealand Prime Minister and said that we needed guidance from her on gun control when she was the Prime Minister.
Which is, I think, a fairly big deal.
Like, you're tripping, dude.
We need your guidance, and we're, you know, it's a pleasure.
Yo, get this senior citizen the fuck out of here.
Who did this?
Today I'm announcing that New Zealand will ban all military-style semi-automatic weapons. We will ban all high-capacity magazines. We will ban all parts with the ability to convert semi-automatic or any other type of firearm into a military-style semi-automatic weapon.
Look, the only reason this hasn't happened in America is because the U.S. is run by its people, not soft tyrants and dictators. Long story short, our leaders have to convince us to give up our 2A rights because our 2A rights are protected in our Constitution. So the only way the anti-gun lobby and its politicians can get to our 2A rights is if we give it to them. And the way they do this is by lying to you and saying it's for your safety and that they just want to pass reasonable common sense gun laws. But as I've demonstrated to you here in this video and time again, it is a lie. They are lying to you. They inevitably want to get.
Why don't presidents fight the war?
That is their
Why do they always
goal.
send the poor?
And they do it one step at a time. They do it in such a way to convince you to take the first step by lying to you. So If you're watching
lying,
this video and you're someone who's kind of on the fence and you're in the middle about the gun issue,
that woman said that semi-autos shoot 50 cal rounds.
They lied to you.
And that it was heavy. The AR was heavy. You mean the 6-pound AR that shoots 5.56 is this big?
And they do
sometimes 9's this big.
Most effective means you have to protect yourself.
50 cal round about big as my hand, homeboy. Y'all sitting here.
Yes.
Do some homework.
Lofty idea to take on, but there's a reason why founding fathers wrote the Second Amendment in the first place, because they did just that to protect themselves from that government and to establish this government here in America. And they understood that the only way that people can remain free is to have the threat of an armed civilization. And in the moment you get rid of that deterrent, the government has no incentive to treat you other than like a slave.
Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video,
how we do
then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.
There you have it, people. I am one of the individuals, as well as many others, who will tell you over and over and over and over and over again until I'm whatever color black people turn in the face, because it ain't blue, that we need to keep our gun rights, and that is for this reason. This reason being that, man, look at how we're treated by the powers that be already. Now imagine if they didn't have to worry about some sort of resistance from the people. They want to take away automatic weapons, and that's the first step. They want to take away automatic weapons. Then they want to, because they already got us, for lack of a better way to put it, keeping track of our weapons, so they can keep track of how many we have. First, they want to ban automatic weapons. Then they want to take semi-automatic weapons. Then they want to take pistols away. We can't let them do any of it. What's going on, guys? It doesn't make any sense. We lose guns, we lose control of the country. Period. As if we have that much control of the country to begin with. We don't. But you got all these people out here who believe the lies, who don't do any homework, who don't do any research, who don't know what they're talking about when they're talking about it. It's insane. We already know they will lie to us, people. Do your own research. But I'm beating a dead horse, and I sound like a broken record, and all those metaphors we like to use for people repeating themselves over and over and over again. Keep your right to bear arms. Are we just gonna start letting them completely undermine the Constitution? I've said this before. I already can't say what I want online. I'm not no crazy racist, conspiracy theorist, crazy person yelling all kind of falsehoods and racial slurs and insults and all kind of things online. All I do is cuss. I say fuck, I say shit, I say other little things, but guess what? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, these regulated leftist liberal places won't even let me say that anymore. I can't see something stupid. I can't see something dumb. And I can't say, hey, this is fucking stupid. Or this guy's a dumbass. It might be somebody committing a crime for all we know. And I say, this guy's fucking dumb. Just because I said fucking dumb. Community guideline. Hey, you can't say that. We're trying to keep our platform blah, blah, blah. You can't say that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Even Twitter with the pornography, the murder, the all kinds of crazy shit you can go on Twitter and see. I can't say fuck. And on that note, I want y'all to have a fantastical day and night. Thank you. Philly streets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kill streak. Fuck if you don't feel me. That bitch, she a pill freak. My nigga gon' hit you with that Glock, that's how it really be. It get dangerous, so don't be running through these Philly streets. I see through the bullshit like I got UAV. I ain't talking watches when I say I got a new AP. Automatic.